Overcoming obstacles at a young age. Our next guest, Jessie LeBeau, is a premier basketball trick artist who's been featured in commercials, TV shows, even movies.
Originally from Ketchikan, Jessie's story is inspirational, and he's hoping to motivate a few Alaskans while he's back home speaking to kids about his new book. It's called Among the Giants: How One Underdog Pursued His Dreams, and You Can Too. Joining us this morning, Jessie LeBeau. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having you guys. I'm excited to be here. There's no place I'd rather be than Anchorage, Alaska in January.
Right?
Having a good time.
Right? It could be a little more winter-like for you, but
pretty
we're
mild.
working on it.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it.
So, the story of an underdog. Tell me, how were you an underdog, and how did it help you later in life?
You know, my whole life I was told that I was too small to play basketball and that I would never have what it takes. Being from, a little island in Alaska, there wasn't always a lot of opportunity, but I learned at an early age that I could embrace that weakness and turn it into my strength, and it taught me how to have a good attitude and how to have a great work ethic, and that's carried over to the rest of my life, and I feel like set me up for success.
I'm sure you touch on those things, but what would you tell kids who were once like you and want to do big things?
That's what's been really cool since the book's come out is not everyone wants to be a basketball player, but everyone almost that I've found has felt like an underdog at some point. So what I always advise is you can approach every obstacle, every struggle that you have in your life as either a problem or an opportunity, and it's all about your attitude. So if you go at it like it's an opportunity and choose to get better instead of getting bitter, then it makes a big difference, and you're able to overcome those things in your life. So.
And you used basketball as an opportunity. Growing up, you played in Ketchikan, but you went about it in a different way that's helped you. How did you get into the trick part of basketball?
Well, the funny thing is, when I started, I would never do any of that stuff. Like, I was always a little bit flashy, but I always really respected the game. And then after I got out of college, I had the opportunity to go and try to be in commercials and movies, and a lot of these guys were dunking and jumping over people, and I knew I wasn't going to do that. So my special skill was that I needed to do something that made me stand out. That's why I started working on the tricks, and it led me to do all the fun things that I've been getting to do the last few years.
So we saw you in that commercial there for the Kobe's sneakers. How did you get noticed? What did you need to do on your end?
Well, I worked on those tricks, and I went to the audition, and I just busted them out, threw it in my shirt, went through guys' legs, and it went so well that the director came out and he's like, "Yeah, everyone else can leave now. We figured out who we want for the part." So, and that's actually how I met a couple of my best friends. They were there for the audition and didn't get to audition for it. So they give me a bad time about it still, but it worked out.
Oh, wow. So you're in another commercial. This next one is with Heidi Klum.
Oh,
yeah. No biggie.
Trying to
Best day of my life.
you. This is Robinson style.
Yeah.
How was this for you?
It was a tough day. It was a tough day.
I'm sure.
The tough part's still coming. We were talking about, here it comes. This was difficult.
That was really, as you can see, I'm really good. I've been eating a lot of burgers. No, it was a blast, and she was an absolute delight to work with. And yeah, I had Heidi Klum basically in my lap for 3 or 4 hours that day. So it wasn't a bad day.
I would say so.
Wow. Okay. Switching gears a little bit.
James is pretty speechless right now.
Wow.
Regaining my composure. When will you be speaking to kids here in Anchorage and in Fairbanks to help spread the word and inspire?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I kind of have a break in my schedule, and I just felt really compelled to come up here and connect with the kids that can really relate to my story. It's been a lot of fun. I get to go speak all over the country and go to these schools, and we're doing it at the end of April and the beginning of May, and we're going to be going throughout the whole state and going to the majority of the high schools and junior highs. So I'm just sharing my story, about a 45-minute speech, and doing some tricks, showing some commercials, and hopefully making an impact on these kids.
Well, thank you for joining us. Your book, Among the Giants: How One Underdog Pursued His Dreams, and You Can Too. Check it out. We're happy to have you back on your home turf.
Great to be back. Thanks, guys.